Hello everyone, welcome back to the second part of What Once Was Mine. So while my voice is still not at 100%, I do still want to get everybody content because it's been a long time since I was able to get content because of my voice. That really sucks. So the voicing quality is not going to be 100%, but I just couldn't wait. Because honestly, we all know with me, whenever I get sick, it's for the long haul, and then I just can't wait that long. So actually, back to the main point of this intro, which is about this video. So this is where stuff starts to get a little tense. And if I'm being completely honest, I have no idea what my plans are for this. I'm just kind of winging it as I go. So do let me know all of your feedback because all of it is much appreciated and I love hearing all of your thoughts, inputs, your emotions during the video. So yeah, and now let's go ahead and hop into it. Hello my lovely viewers, looking for some affordable and good quality anime merch? Want to support your favorite Haikyuu team or join UA? What about joining the Straw Hat Pirates for an adventure or two? Want to join the Black Wolves or the Fairy Tale Guild? Well, this site has that and so much more. Use my discount code and receive 10% off your entire order. Link and code is in the description. Thank you so much for watching. Obviously, he was missing something. He'd never seen the Akashi snap and lash out like that. Was there something he was missing? Bokuto knew full well he was ignorant of most things, that including the emotions and mindset of a human. That was a foreign battle altogether. Dusk has since come to pass, the last shimmer in the sky dulled, engulfing them all in the darkness of the night. The small sliver of the crescent moon was the only light, all except for the street light near their home, but flickered too much to be of any use. Bokuto crouched down, once again perched out on the window, looking out for any abnormalities in the night. 2 years and counting, Bokuto still couldn't figure out the ways humans think, Akashi in particular. Was he upset because he didn't spend much time? No. He mentioned about him being out on the roof. Was that bad? Running a hand through his hair, the Fae groaned. His wings twitched in disdain. Somehow, Akashi had gotten underneath his skin to the point it was distracting him from his only purpose of being out on the roof. Enough to not notice the incoming presence from behind him. If the human realm has altered your senses this much, we have a lot of work to do. Bokuto jolted up and whipped around. His eyes widened slightly, recognizing who it was, yet didn't stop his anger from rising. I thought higher-ranking demons like you can't come to the human realm. Typically no, but I was sent here to retrieve something. Suspicion growing, Bokuto took a step back, not so much of a fool as to start a fight he couldn't win. His feathers twitched, not lowering his guard for even a second. What is it you're retrieving? Apologies, let me rephrase. I meant there's someone I need to retrieve. Bokuto instinctively turned his back to the entrance of their home, protecting what was inside. Who? Kodo often dealt with the underworld for his work. Could he have stepped too far and taken on more than he could handle? Kenman doesn't have much to do with the underworld anymore, and Akashi, well, he's human. He has no business there, so his mind immediately went back to the vampire. You. He opened and closed his mouth multiple times. digesting their words. None of this made any sense. After so many decades, why are you just now fiddling with my life? The demon shrugged their shoulders, looking off to the side, not impressed even in the slightest. Not my choice, really. Your presence is requested by Satan. Requested? Bullshit. Everyone knew that being requested meant you had to obey or die. I'll pass. I'll live there, remember? The demon glared at Bokuto, snarling at him. Of course I do. You disgraced us with all your arrogant ambitions just for you to abandon your status. All for some human. They spat out the name, as if it was some curse, and tasted ill on their tongue. I chose this life for myself. I would say I'm sorry that I can never appease you, but I'm really not, so there's no point in lying. The demon jumped at Bokuto, wrapping their gnarly fingers around his throat and squeezed, pinning him to the wall. The Fae choked out aghast, digging his own claws into their hand. You are coming whether you like it or not. Is that understood, son? Yet another name that looked as if it tasted bitter on their tongue. His father's tongue. I'm not going. He choked out, still wrestling in his father's grip, even though he knew full well his strength was nothing compared to the Prince of Hell. Asmodeus snapped his fingers from his free hand, summoning power from the underworld, creating 3 beams of darkness, morphed into deadly weapons invisible pointed to his partners. It wasn't just pointed at Akashi, who knew nothing about demonic powers, but also Kenma and Koro, who couldn't sense the masked aura. No! The Fae desperately tried to escape, knowing it would all be in vain. He wasn't strong enough to overpower him, and left him with no other choice but to comply. I'll go with you. Just please, don't hurt them. His father's gaze hardened, releasing both him and the weapons, opening up a portal to the underworld. You disgust me. You've grown weak and soft. I'm not sure what Satan has in store for you, but you better hope it kills you, because if not, I'll finally rid you of my life. Bokuto accepted the belittling words and threats, not wanting to anger him again that would put his lovers back into danger. Maybe it was true, and he has grown soft. If it was a few years ago, he probably would have fought his father to the death, but here he was, begging him to spare their lives. What a true disgrace he was. The Fae hastily sent one last wave of his power to write a note underneath his father's nose, and that he could tell his lovers that this wasn't abandonment, but submission. Now, he was Hell's prisoner. Bokuto took one last glance at the crescent moon, knowing it would be the last time he'd see the orb in the sky, with stars of all nature surrounding it in a comforting blanket. Some belonged to constellations for the Grand Tell, and others, outsiders that yearned to belong. He was that outsider that managed to find a place, a home where he belonged and felt at peace. But in truth, he always was a castaway, but convinced himself, even if it was temporary, that he harmonized with this world. What a fool he was. The bright morning sun crept inside the bedroom. The window was left cracked as it usually was when Bokuto went on the roof, but by morning, it's supposed to be closed back up when he comes inside for the night. Akashi grumbled and sat up in bed, slithering out the chemist's chokehold and muttered a quick apology when he accidentally leaned his weight on his hand that just so happened to be on Kinma's tail. Sorry. Where are you going? Get back in bed. The sleepy knuckle whined and made a weak attempt to grab his wrist but failed miserably doing so. Did you ever notice Ko coming in last night? The blonde grumbled once more, ignoring the question and pulled the pillow to his head to block out the noise and light. Akashi chuckled, grabbing the pillow and tossed it to the side, ruffling his hair and earning a satisfied purr. Did you? No. The reply made the raven frown, and the lack of Kodo in the room only reminded him of the outburst he had the day prior. He cringed inwardly. Okay, maybe he was pretty irrational when he blew it all up on Kodo. In his defense, it all summed up to the vampire's well-being. He hated being of no use when Kodo was obviously doing everything in his power to keep him safe, and Bokuto was just as paranoid. Either way, he needed to apologize to both of them and wanting to civilly talk things out, which is something he should have done in the first place. The lack of communication is what got them to where they are. Akashi glanced in the spare bedroom, frowning when he saw the bed all made up, left untouched. That meant the vampire was already back in the underworld, doing whatever it is he does. So much for trying to make things right. Bokuto was missing, and to his terrible luck, things were left tense in their home that's supposed to be anything but that, and he couldn't do anything about it. This was his own doing. Charging towards the kitchen to brew a pot of coffee, the raven's brow crinkled, noticing a piece of paper folded neatly next to the coffee mugs. The expression melted into a soft smile. Bokuto was known for leaving small notes and letters everywhere to declare his undying love for the human. It just became the normal occurrence. Being surrounded in an unloving home growing up, the Fae often found difficulties expressing himself and used writing to convey his feelings and emotions. Except, this wasn't some quirky poem Bokuto came up with on the spot. It was something much more dire, more terrible. Don't find me. Akashi dropped the mug from his hand, sending it crashing to the floor, shattering the porcelain glass, sending shards in every direction. The sound jostled Kenma from his never-ending drowsy slumber, and the Necker rushed to the kitchen to make sure his human wasn't injured. Keiji, are you? His trained eyes transcribed the words on the page, registering what the Fae was referring to. What does this mean? His hands trembled, gripping the letter tighter, leaving behind deep crinkles. 3 words. That's all he left them. He's gone. Oh, looky there, another cliffhanger. That seems to be what I do best. So I will go ahead and say updates for my members are going to be a little bit more sparse. I have been sick for an extremely long time now. Personally, I have no idea what is going on. I have a theory. Ouch, but I do not know exactly what all it is, and too many people have told me to go to the doctor, so I caved. I have an appointment in a few days. So obviously I will be updating as far as that goes. So yeah, I will be doing my best. Again, I'm so sorry. I'm so very sorry that I just don't have that much content as I used to have. The thing is, like, I'm literally fine. It's all just affecting my voice and my throat. Yeah. So, sincerest apologies, my duckers. You guys are amazing. And if you want to become a ducker, even though there is sparse content, it's there. You can join now. There is still a few videos that you can get in advance. Let me go ahead and check the numbers. Okay, well, there's 9 videos available, 10 after this. This is so sad. I was in double digits as far as membership videos go, and now we're down in the single digits. Dang it. But that's fine. We will just rebuild, and once I get over whatever is attacking my throat and making it extremely impossible for me to get through a recording session, then I promise we will get back. But yeah, thank you all, everybody. Thank you all, everybody. That made no sense. Thank you so much for watching this video. Honestly, I have no idea where this is going as far as plot is going. Yes. I will see you all later, and thank you so much for watching.